Introduction to remote sensing. Normally, if one comes across the term remote sensing, one wonders what does it mean? Remote means far away, and sensing means believing or observing or acquiring some information. Therefore, remote sensing means acquiring information of things from a distance. Of our 5 senses, we use 3 as remote sensors. When we watch a cricket match from the stadium, that is sense of sight. When we smell freshly cooked curry in the oven, that is a sense of smell. Or when we hear a telephone ring, that is sense of hearing. Then what are other 2 senses and why are they not used remotely? Try to feel the smoothness of a desktop, that is sense of touch, or eat a mango to check the sweetness, that is sense of taste. Now see, in the last 2 cases, we are actually touching the object by our organs to collect the information about the object. In the world of geospatial science, remote sensing, that is also known as Earth observation. It means observing the Earth with sensors from high above its surface. Sensors are like simple cameras, but they not only use the visible light but also other bands of the electromagnetic spectrum such as infrared, microwave and ultraviolet regions. They are so high up that they can take images of a very large area. Nowadays, remote sensing is mainly performed from space using satellites. Now, let us look at the definition of remote sensing. The simplest definition of remote sensing is the acquiring of data about an object without touching it. But unfortunately, it includes all types of remote sensing, even the medical science also being included in this definition. Therefore, for the Earth observation, we need a different definition and an explicit definition. Now see, this explicit Earth observation related definition can be given as: remote sensing is the non-contact recording of information from the ultraviolet, visible, infrared and microwave regions of the electromagnetic spectrum by means of instruments such as cameras, scanners, lasers, linear arrays and or area arrays located on platforms such as aircraft or spacecraft, and the analysis of acquired information by means of visual and digital image processing. Now let us try to understand this definition. So in the first, it has been said that remote sensing is the non-contact recording of information, and this information acquisition will be performed within the ultraviolet, visible, infrared and microwave regions of the electromagnetic spectrum. Now, what are the instruments that will be used to capture this information? We shall use cameras, scanners, lasers, linear arrays or area arrays. Now, you are aware about the cameras, but you may not know what is scanner or what is laser or what is linear array or area array, etc. We shall discuss all this later. and you will eventually know what they actually mean. Now these sensors or these instruments will be located on aircraft or spacecraft. Aircraft means a craft or a vehicle that is being operated within the Earth's atmosphere, and spacecraft is actually crafts or vehicles that are being operated from the outside of the Earth's atmosphere, like satellites, space stations, etc. And finally, this acquired information will be analyzed. Who will perform this analysis? This analysis will be performed by the human being by means of visual interpretation, by means of visually interpreting the images, and also several digital image processing techniques will be applied on them to extract the information. And remote sensing image analysis is basically a man-machine interactive method where the human knowledge and the computer processing power are combined to get the data or get the information from the remote sensing images. Now, some of the important points that are necessary to be noted. The first thing is non-contact means transferring the information through space. That means there will be no direct contact in between the object being imaged and the instrument that is imaging, or the object for which we are collecting the information and the instrument that is responsible to collect the information. There will be no contact in between them. Information transfer. How this information transfer will be accomplished? This information transfer is commonly accomplished by the use of electromagnetic radiation or EMR. What is EMR? EMR is a form of energy. We know different types of energies like thermal energy, we also know atomic energy, we know static energy, etc., etc. So electromagnetic radiation or electromagnetic energy is a form of energy, and the natural source of electromagnetic energy is sunlight. We may also use artificial light in remote sensing, but that is a different issue. Primarily, we use the natural source of energy, and the natural source of energy is the sunlight. Receiving this energy for interpretation is called sensing. Now, there are several confusions. First of all, how far distance is remote? Remote sensing occurs at a distance from an object or area of interest. Now, remarkably, there is no clear definition about the distance. It could be 1 meter or 1000 meter or greater than 1 million meters from the object or area of interest. In fact, virtually all astronomy is based on remote sensing. Many of the most innovative remote sensing systems and visual and digital image processing methods were originally developed for remote sensing of extraterrestrial landscapes such as Moon, Mars, Jupiter, etc. Remote sensing techniques may also be used to analyze inner space. For example, an electron microscope or its associated hardware may be used to obtain photographs of extremely small objects in the skin, in the eye, etc. Similarly, an X-ray device is a remote sensing instrument to examine bones or organs inside the body. In such cases, the distance is too small, less than 1 meter or even few centimeters. However, it is important to realize that the term remote sensing is applied in a different sense in case of Earth observation. In this instance, remote sensing actually means acquiring information about the features of the Earth's surface by using some instruments without going to the site for which the information is being collected. Instruments are generally placed on aeroplanes and satellites. Now one can realize the distance of remote sensing for Earth observation. Definitely can distinguish other remote sensing processes from the Earth observation. Now the next confusion is whether remote sensing is art or science. Many of the literature prefers to define remote sensing as science and art of obtaining and interpreting information. However, remote sensing is a perfect blend of science, technology and art. What is science? Science is a system of acquiring knowledge based on the scientific methods as well as the organized body of knowledge guided through such research. Technology is actually applying the outcome of scientific principles and innovate and improve the man-made things in the world. The output of technology is a new or better entity or mechanism. Art, on the other hand, is the product or process of deliberately arranging items in a way that influences and affects one or more of the senses, emotions and intellect of the human being. In simple words, art is the expression or application of human creative skill and imagination. According to Jensen, remote sensing is a tool or technique similar to mathematics, using sophisticated sensors to measure the amount of electromagnetic energy exiting an object or geographic area from a distance and then extracting valuable information from the data using mathematically and statistically based algorithms is a scientific and technological activity. It functions in harmony with other spatial data collection techniques or tools of the mapping sciences, including cartography and geographic information system. The synergism of combining scientific knowledge with real-world analyst experience allows the interpreter to develop rules of thumb to extract valuable information from the imagery. It is a fact that some analysts are much superior to others because they understand the scientific principle better. They are more widely traveled and have seen many landscape objects and geographic areas firsthand and can synthesize scientific principles and real world knowledge to reach logical and correct conclusions. Humans are equipped with intellect by which they can perceive the surrounding world. Automatic image processing techniques by using computers remain inadequate for remote sensing data analysis. The human must be in the loop, since the human, unlike the computer, can perceive and can form and reform the concepts. It is important to note that a human interpreter can derive very little information using a point by point approach, Many of the original interpretations dependent not only on the imagery itself but also on the skill and experience of the interpreter. Therefore, it is evident that remote sensing is a blend of science, technology and art. The important thing one should understand that information extracted from remote sensing data may vary analyst to analyst to some extent, and achieving 100% accuracy is never possible. Next, data. Collection of data may take place directly in the field or at some remote distance from the object or area of interest. Data that is collected directly in the field is termed as in situ data, and the data collected remotely are called remote sensing data. One form of in situ data collection involves the scientist going out in the field and examining the phenomena of interest. Conversely, a scientist may elect to use a transducer or other in situ measurement devices at the study site to make measurements. Transducers are actually the devices that convert variations in a physical quantity such as pressure or brightness into an electrical signal or vice versa. Many different types of transducers are available. For example, scientists could use a thermometer to measure the temperature of the air, soil or whatever, a spectrometer to measure the spectral reflectance, anemometer to measure the speed of wind, or a psychrometer to measure the humidity of the air. The data recorded by transducer may be an analog signal with voltage variations related to the intensity of the property being measured. Often, these analog signals are transformed into digital values using analog to digital conversion procedures. It is necessary to understand that we can collect in situ data by measuring by using some instruments which are not required to be used in direct contact with the object. But essentially, we are required to go to the site or the ground for which the data to be collected. For example, collecting in situ data by using a spectrometer. Spectrometer measures very narrow wavelengths of the electromagnetic radiation radiated or reflected by the Earth's surface. In this case, we are using actually the instrument without touching the object, but it is not remote sensing. Why? Because we need to visit the site to collect the data. That is why whether the data is being collected remotely or not, that is not the issue. Rather, whether we need to visit the site to collect the data or not, that is actually the issue. Therefore, the data collection we have classified in two categories. One is the in situ data collection, where the scientist requires to visit the site to collect the data, and the instrument may be collecting the data remotely, but it will not be termed as remote sensing data. In our case, remote sensing data are collected from the aeroplanes or satellites, or nowadays UAVs or unmanned aerial vehicles, or popularly known as drones, are also being used. So these are actually the remote sensing data collection platforms.